Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I thought I'd do a quick little video about customizing your quad. There's not a lot we can do to them, but a few things that you've probably seen before, or at least one thing you've seen before, and what you see before you. We don't have to settle for regular old copper colored or just painting the domes of our mushrooms. We can actually do these things in different colors. You can see with this one, that's a little bit of the copper sticking out. This one's been through some crashes. But what I use to accomplish this is this product, PlastiDip Blaze. And it is a spray-on application. And there's the other color that I have that you saw on the quad. And then they also have the kind where you dip it. I can't tip this too much or stuff will get kind of messy there. And in this case, this is what I used. It's red. Now, with the dip where you actually sink it down in there, that was only available in black, white, and red at my local hardware store. I did find online where you can buy kits where you can mix your own colors. That seems like a pretty good solution, but it was like 30 bucks. So I wasn't going to do that. I got this on sale for $4.99, and when one of the associates saw I had this in my hand, they said, you know, we have that in other colors. And I was like, really? I didn't see any, you know, other than black and white. And they're like, no. And they took me to a different spot and they showed me these, which I do like those colors. Those are sharp. So the results you get when you're spraying it on, remember, this is that 1 gram micro antenna from FPV Hobby. It gets kind of lumpy, if you can see that. See if we can make this focus. And that's just part of the spray-on application, you know, where you have distance variables and you have direction variables where it's not going to be as easy to apply in a really even manner as dipping it with the other can here. So what I did, because I didn't want to take the antenna off, is I just took a sandwich bag that one of my kids had used in their lunch and they brought home. I slit a hole in the bottom of it, I put it around this thing, and then wrapped the tape around the base of it and sprayed it. This is 4 coats, and I haven't noticed any ill effect from doing it. This product is actually used, like if you see on the front of this, for recoating tools, and has other purposes. You know, if you want to make a surface less sticky, you could actually use this as well, or not less sticky, you could make it more tacky, I think would be more appropriate, so things wouldn't slide. Say maybe your top plate on a regular carbon fiber quad, if you didn't want to use Velcro for some reason, that's a possibility. Or you could spray it to the inside of your Velcro straps, because it is pliable, it doesn't crack and snap off. It will obviously come off if you wear it off, but here's a little sample that I've got. And I pulled this off the baggie, and it's pretty much like a balloon. And this has been off for about a week. And it's still very pliable. It returns to shape. It's not tearing. I'm not applying a lot of pressure, but so that gives you an idea of what you might be able to use it for. I haven't done a true range test on this, and excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. I haven't noticed any problems when I fly it in the backyard, and I don't have any reason to think that there would be a problem. If we can put plastic domes around these antennas and it doesn't impact them, I think a little bit of light rubber coating would be fine. But one thing I was worried about was their weight, and so let me grab my scale. Alright, scale. Can you see that? Zeros. And I'll put right over here the video I did of weighing and bring our little sample here into the shot. So I've got 3, these are just basically wires from hangers that I cut to the same length, and as you see up there that they all came in at 3.6 grams. I think it was 3.6. They all came in at the same weight, and then I just hooked them over the end because I actually intended to hold them by that end. I ended up not doing it, but we see we have different coatings on here. 1, 2, and 3 coats. And I switched colors. I'm not really sure why I did that, but I did. So we need to make sure we get the tape off all of these. I took some frog tape to give me a straight line to make sure I applied the same amount of coating. And, you know, I didn't have one. It came clear down to here. You can actually see my mark right there. I didn't want that to be a variable. So we've got this weighed out. Let's put it on here. That's not on there right. So 3.7. So that got 0.1 heavier. And this is with 3 coats. Let's jump right to the fat guy. That's also 3.7. So 2 additional coats didn't make it any heavier up to the 1/10 of a gram. I guess this is kind of, it should be moot at this point. Again, this is with the spray on. So we have those human factors that could play a role in how these turn out. That's kind of the reason why I did it. I didn't want it to spray on some rubber coating, because rubber coatings can be dense and can be heavy, that all of a sudden the tail end of my quad gains 3 grams and I'm not thinking about why it's flying the way it is. So 3.7. They all came out to be the same weight. Now maybe I have a low quality scale here and it's just not calibrated exactly to 0. So the weight addition is negligible at best. And if you've seen my previous video on micro antennas, we know that this weighs 1 gram naked before the dipping. And it still weighs 1 gram. Now again, this is the dipping method, this isn't the spray-on method. And how you do that is, they say 1 inch per 5 seconds. So how I did is I just started lowering it down and I just started counting, you know, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. Because I'm really only going about 1.25 inches, I just started pulling it out at the same rate. And once it came out at 5 Mississippi or 6 Mississippi, I was like, ah, cool. This is just 1 coat. That's all it is. For visual purposes, I did a couple of bigger ones. This is one that was, this is actually the Banggood microlight antenna, which looks eerily similar to the normal Banggood cheap antenna. Still, again, just 1 coat. And you can see some of the webbing in the corners there where the dip kind of dries across. You can see down here that it's not cracking, it's just bending with the materials, even around the neck there. And these have been sitting around again for at least a week. So it doesn't seem like those things, this blaze or the dip, really adds any weight that we would be concerned about, and it does seem to apply like they say it does. It does stay pliable, it doesn't crack or become brittle and fall off. Another way that we can customize our quads is to do something like this. This is just a top plate off of a frame that I'm not going to show you yet. You can see I did a little bit of a messy job there. It's supposed to be red, but turned out kind of pink. I wonder if that turns out that you can see that. Let me take that away. So you see I have a kind of a purplish pink zip tie that I've put on here for my antenna holder and holding on the VTX, but I expected this to be more red, so be careful about the colors that you choose. Yeah, of course you can go back over this, and this is 2 coats on this, and it's a little bit of a tedious process, especially if you're trying to go around all the way around the edge in one pass and then circle back around without, you know, setting it down. Or like you can see with this stuff that I got up here, I tried wiping it off and made a little bit of a mess. My finger got in it and I didn't know it and kind of spritzed around. But the only thing that's really special, and I don't think the brand, the deco color, anything like that is special, but this is oil based, and that's probably what you're going to want. Just like with household paint, oil-based paint tends to be more robust. It tends to stick a little better, so it doesn't tend to chip and fall off quite as much as water-based paints will. Water-based paints clean up a lot better, but they just don't have the adherence that oil-based paints do. And this was a few dollars. I think I ordered this online, probably from Amazon. I'll see if I can't locate that and put it in the description. But there's a wide variety of colors, but you'll probably want to go darker than what the cap represents to get the true color out. Talking about cost, the spray-on dip, this was substantially more than this. But again, I got the PlastiDip on a sale for $4.99, and I think this was $7.99. But should go a really long ways because you don't need much. So there you have it. You can customize your quad in those ways. Outside of our normal building skills, you can add some flair to it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. If you have any questions or comments, other things that you would like to share about how you customize your quad or what you've read about or seen, please leave it down in the comment section. I'd be interested in reading it myself. Alright, thanks for watching.